Hi, my name is Rick Bloodworth. This is the Common Sense Christian Financial Channel. Today is Friday, December the 12th of 2025, and I just checked the spot price a few moments ago. It's about 8:45 here in Texas, and spot silver, at least on the Kitco quote, was $64.06. Hard to believe, isn't it? It got as high as $64.69. These are all-time nominal highs as far as fiat dollars go. And so we are at a point, obviously, that people have not seen before. The reason that I say this is because you're going to get a lot of different advice and different speculation from different people as to what the market is going to do from this point on. And while I think there are certain clues that we can get from history in the silver market, I think the idea that any of us know what silver is going to be at tomorrow or the next day or a week from now or even a year from now, we really don't. And so I would encourage you to really take a look at where you are today, especially if you have a significant amount of silver. If you have more than 500 ounces, maybe more than 5,000 ounces, now is a good time to really think, what am I building this supply of silver for? Are you doing it just to get a bigger and bigger stack, kind of like a dog getting a big pile of bones so that he can just have them? Or do you actually have plans with what you're going to do with these savings? For a lot of us, it's just been a savings vehicle. We buy what we can when we can, and we like to just leave it in place. I did that, but there came a point where I realized that I could also take a small portion of that and I could buy and sell with that portion. I could sell it at certain points when it looked like the market was high, and then I could just be patient, and if the market came back down, I could buy at a lower price. I'd end up with more silver, and I did that with a very small portion of my holdings. I say a very small portion, sometimes as much as 25%, but usually something much less than 10%. And so this is something that after a while, you're going to have some kind of a strategy, hopefully some kind of a plan in place as to how you'll take profit and how you'll reinvest that profit. And if you do have a significant holdings, now is the time, I believe, to start thinking about what the market might be doing in the future, especially if you've made a nice profit to this point. Anytime I see that I've made a nice profit, I try to take a little bit off the table, and I literally have a schedule where if it hits certain points, certain sell points, that I sell a certain amount of silver. And then if it goes back down, I have buy points where I'll buy it back to where I'll have more silver than had I just hung on to it all. What do you do when you have a run up like this, though? A lot of people are thinking, well, it's just not going to stop. This is it. This is the great silver explosion. It's only going to go up from here. You'd be a fool to sell any silver or gold right now because you're giving away future profits. That may be the case, but my experience has been usually when it gets to the point where everybody is talking about the only direction it has to go is up, very often it hits the brakes and it goes down, and it goes down in a hurry. So I think if you're prudent, you might want to take a little bit of your bullion right now and sell it. And just hold on to the proceeds if you don't have any plans for it, and start buying it back if you see better bargains. And if you don't, if it just keeps on going up, well, you're going to have more fiat money in the end than you would have anyway, because the rest of your savings are just going to be continuing to appreciate in value. But if it falls off of a cliff, you're going to be kicking yourself for not at least taking a little bit of profit right now. I intend to do so. As a matter of fact, my local coin shop opens at 10 o'clock, and I imagine at 10:01 I'll be giving them a phone call and selling a little bit of the silver that I've bought back in recent weeks. And hopefully, not only will I make a little bit of a profit, but it will also give me a little bit of a nest egg to be able to buy some more if it does continue to go down. And if not, I'll just continue to sell a little bit at a time as it hits different price points. I try not to sell too much, and I try to keep my main investment intact. Don't get me wrong on that. But I also have a portion for speculation, or at least maybe, if not speculation, for investment, where I can take advantage of temporary highs, if that's what they are, and buy back at temporary lows, if that's what they are. This seems like a good time right now to take a little bit off the table, and so that's what I plan on doing. I do want to also give a word of caution right now. The level silver is at has not been seen before. Now, from an inflation-adjusted standpoint, it has. Back in 1980, there was a top like this, but it came down really quick. And the reason, again, was because it was artificially raised to get to that point. This particular advance in silver appears to be supply-demand. It appears to be a lot of big commercials, a lot of big banks. They want to have silver and gold right now, and so they're driving the price up, even as the little guy like you and me, the retail people, sometimes are selling. Some people have to sell. They have bills to pay. Others bought it at a certain price and they decided, if it ever gets up here, I'm selling out. I'm never getting back in. You see some of that right now. But I do believe that just from a standpoint of prudence, it doesn't hurt to have a schedule in advance so that you don't get caught up in the heat of the moment. And when it hits your buy points and your sell points, if you're able to, go ahead and take advantage of that. By doing so, not only will you learn, I believe, a little bit about what to do with the things that you do sell, with the money that you do sell, and that you'll be able to learn to buy back at a lower price, but in the unusual event that this just keeps going up forever and ever, well, you're going to be a millionaire anyway. This little bit that you're going to sell right now, if you decide to do that, is not going to make a big difference one way or another, but it might make a difference to your Christmas this year. It might make a difference to your being able to pay off that last credit card bill. It may make a lot of difference in other areas. And so I would encourage you, really take some caution right now and maybe take some precautions as well. Could the silver market just continue its march upward? I think it could, and quite frankly, I wonder if it might not be the best likelihood as far as the direction of silver. I've mentioned before, it's almost impossible to call the top or the bottom of any market, but again, prudence will dictate that maybe that you take a little bit off the table, that you catch your breath. If it goes down, you're not as concerned. You can pat yourself on the back for being so brilliant. If it continues to go up, well, you can console yourself with the rest of the savings that you have in silver or gold. Again, I would really take some time to look at the market right now. I would exercise some caution. Part of that caution would be not to listen to every YouTuber that you hear that's saying that it's about to go up to 100, 200, 500, 1,000, nor to those that say that it's about to drop. Nobody knows. If you and I will just not get too carried away one way or another, I believe over the long run we'll be fairly successful and we'll be pleased as well. Well, that's the video for today. I hope this helps you maybe to start thinking about what it is that you want to do. Let me know what you think. If you do have comments or something to add to the discussion, I would really appreciate that. This has really been a great forum for some fairly intelligent investors, and I've really enjoyed listening and looking at those comments. So if you do have a comment, please share it. I really appreciate your watching today. I really value those of you who have taken the time to watch the entire video. I hope we'll see you again next time. God bless.